Before COVID hit, I worked for the state as an advocacy specialist. I'd been there for almost 9 years, and it was a job that I loved. It was a job that I was pretty good at. And when COVID hit, I had several months of just kind of sitting in the office, doing what work I could. A lot of my job had been going out in the community and training people on self-advocacy and self-determination. I hadn't gotten very proficient with Zoom yet, so I hadn't pivoted to try and do any of that online. And then eventually, due to state budget issues, I believe largely due to COVID, my position was eliminated. So I was out of work in July of 2020. So that was a big hit. I was very invested in my job until I lost it. I hadn't realized how much of the fabric of my being I'd made that work. And so that kind of took a bit of adjusting. And through that time being unemployed, People First was a big help in kind of having some structure in my life, having those monthly meetings, even if we weren't able to get much done because we were still meeting in person. Also during that, another structure was helping my parents out as much as I could because my grandparents moved in with them because there was concern of COVID and nursing homes and whatnot. And so I did a lot of running over guarding medications and stuff. I couldn't go in and help them because they were worried about COVID coming into the home. And some other small things like the weekly D&D groups I played with online. Another added thing to have some social factor. I was fortunate that I'm an introvert, so before COVID, a lot of my life wasn't that different as far as socialization goes. And also during that time being out of work, me and my girlfriend started dating, so that kind of gave some extra support and morale boost. I'll tell you what, starting to date during COVID is a lot different than normal world. There was a lot of, well, what do you want to go do? I don't know. There's nothing to do. Towards the end of 2020, though, I had the extreme benefit of being able to kind of use my social capital to get back into working. The person that had been over my position over the division moved over to UMKC, and she'd actually been trying for a bit to get me over there to kind of do contracting work with them. And my local People First president actually reached out to the state level, and she's actually the vice president of People First in Missouri, and saying that I had previously used the life course tools to kind of develop some strategies kind of for our chapter develop, and asked if maybe the state would like to use me to develop that plan and those priorities. And so Kyla was able to kind of use that along with what she already been pushing on to really get me working with UMKC. Those are all relationships I would not have developed without my previous time working in provision and being involved with People First. And I'm so grateful for those those relationships that I was able to build up. So after that happened, I was working, I was making money again, which was great because I'd had savings, which helped me get through that time. I would not have been able to make it all that time without losing my apartment, maybe having to move in with my parents or something. It wouldn't have been good. But my savings was getting low, so it was a big moment for me to get that. And then because of that, my girlfriend and I were able to start looking for a new apartment to move into that had a bit more space because my little one bedroom just wasn't quite cutting it anymore. And since then, we ballooned from not having any pets to having a hamster and 2 cats and a puppy. So we have a whole zoo going on there, which is, as COVID has continued on, it's been really helpful having just something else to focus on, something else to give some routine and structure to. After COVID, that there is more compassion, honestly. I feel like for a lot of this time during the pandemic, there's been so much strife between people, whether it's their political views or just personal convictions. And so I hope that post-COVID can just really kind of be a restructuring, kind of re-examining, hey, maybe we're not doing things quite the best way. How can we be more helpful for each other, more support? Because as tough as the COVID has been, there has been a whole lot of people coming together trying to make things happen, despite all the issues going on. Myself, I'm hoping that after COVID, I'm able to spend more time with my immediate family, my parents, and my brother, his fiance, and my niece is like a year and a half, 2 years now that I've barely gotten to see because she can't be vaccinated and she has her own health issues. And professionally, I'm just hoping to be able to continue on the course that I'm on right now with UMKC. who knows, fingers crossed, maybe eventually actually not be a contracted person, but actually just work there. That'd be great. I guess also personally, I want to get back into writing again. I've about 200,000 words written on a science fiction novel that I need to really get back to because I haven't worked on it in 3 years. So I'm kind of hoping that once things are settled a bit more and there's a little less stress and anxiety, that maybe I can start focusing on those personal hobbies a bit more. Well, first, I just really hope that we're able to grow and to kind of spread that message that people with disabilities do have the right, they do have the voice, and that we can support each other.